So today in this session, we learned a lot of things. For me, it is first time so many things. Of course, I had heard about, I had gone through his course at level 1, in which he talks a lot about reptilian brain and mammalian brain, but no, that is also quite some time now. So today he we learned actually, and he told us about reptilian brain again. Why we are fearful? Because the reptilian brain is the protector. It also is responsible for our survival. So we cannot do away with uh, our reptilian brain, and it will not allow us to take any risk and any intelligent decision or process our emotion or something like that. So it also is responsible for what we call seemingly as our negativity, because we are not taking any action, not taking any proactive step, might be. And and of course, this we should take care of our basic needs before we talk about our emotions or subconscious mind. Maybe I'm confusing a little about the function of the reptilian brain. And the next is the mammalian brain, which is responsible for the emotion. And the next is how can we be extraordinary speakers or personalities or whatever? Extraordinary being, it is the ability to disagree or ask questions about why and why not. Why should this be done? Why not this be possible? So these are the two questions we need to ask. And normally what people ask is what and how. So when we ask about this questions, why and why not, it shifts the thought process and the way we see things. And then we did an exercise whether what is emotions and what is feelings. And he asked us to deliberate on the difference between these two. He asked us to debate whether these both are same or different. And of course, we uh, did a discussion, and we came to the conclusion that um, the emotions are in the conscious brain, and the feelings are in the subconscious brain. So definitely they are different, right? Because the subconscious resides in the neocortex, which is the third part and the intelligent portion of our brain. So uh, we can control our feelings and not control our emotions. Is that so? There is some confusion here in me. Uh, Emotions come automatically, and feelings can be controlled over that. So, if that is so, then the possibility is the feelings are coming later, emotions come faster. And the first thing that comes is emotion, because something happens in our circumstances which leads to these emotions, creation of these emotions, and Srima says that these are causes and feelings are the effects. So there is a time gap between the cause and the effect. That is the time which we can use intelligently. And if we learn to disagree and ask these questions, then there is a chance of the conversation becoming unbalanced between love and logic, right? Logic is that rationality of ours, which actually very physical. There is no emotions kind of thing. And love is always, everybody knows it is very emotional. So if we go by love, we may sabotage ourselves. And if rationality is there always, we can be very uh, rigid in our approach. So there has to be some balance. Now, how to, and he gave the examples of Newton, Galileo first, then Newton, and then Einstein. Galileo, he said, it is the earth which revolves around the sun, rather the other way around. So that was the new concept, and people were believing otherwise, that it is the earth which is stable at one place, static, and the sun is revolving around it. So it is a new thing for the world. So if he hadn't thought about that, then the concept of gravitation, because when the apple fell on the ground, it was Newton who it came to his mind why the apple fell on the ground and why everything falls on the ground rather than going up somewhere, right? So it was the gravitation, and because of that gravitation pull, everything, the planet Earth and the gravitation, because of that, this E equal to mc square of Einstein wouldn't have been possible. So these people are inquisitive people, right? Curious people. And was there any love or logic in their approach? Yes, of course. Because it is not pronounced, that is what I understood. But what comes to our mind is the subconscious is built if the love and logic is balanced somehow. If you have a robust subconscious going on within you, then definitely love and logic are in balance and they are appropriately used. And the communication type with which we mm, recognize the balance of these things are four kinds of communication, which is uh, assertive, aggressive, submissive, and passive. Right? When emotion is not in balance, of course, aggressive communication happens where maybe both aggressive means love in a negative sense. That is what we can say because the emotion is going high, right? And the submissive, where you agree to whatever is being told to you. Because maybe after, if I take my example, that is what I also gave during the class. After being aggressive for a period of time, one realizes that there is no use. It only kills your peace of mind. So not to be in conflict with anybody because no use. And uh, just be submissive. Agree to whatever they say. The basic principle is agree to disagree. And the moment this is not happening, we are doing a great sabotaging of ourselves, right? We hardly realize that, but that was the realization today. Passive. You don't at all say anything. But when you act irrespective of what others say or behave or do, you do according to your own conviction. That is where there is a balance between love and logic, because your conviction is your logic, and no irritation about other people behavior, being unaffected by others behavior is what love is. Then people own mind without affecting, insulting, or hurting anybody. One can be a super speaker, an extraordinary communicator, and with that, an extraordinary personality. So that has been my learning today. And as I said, that has been a great realization. I asked a question, why, even after being submissive and then passive, people have started behaving as if they are afraid of me. How do I exude that kind of personality? Do I non-verbally aggressive? Do I appear to be non-verbally aggressive? Maybe that is so. Or there is no or. So if I ask myself, in passivity also, there can be aggression, right? Maybe that is why people are afraid. Why should they be afraid? That I don't understand. Because um, because I cannot do any harm to them, right? Maybe I'll speak out something which will hurt them. Maybe that is the case, but I am not sure. I'm looking forward to the session 3, and I'll get my answer in that session. So looking forward to it. Thank you.